Republican Congressman Tom Cole. What do you think?
Yeah.
Because this is a man of principle and a friend of the show. Congressman Cole, what is the answer to that question?
What question?
Well, how does Paul Ryan explain to his kids if you're not a part of the problem?
He's the leader.
Yeah?
He is the leader of the Republican Party in the House of Representatives. His principal job is to preserve that majority and to advance its agenda. And I think that's exactly what he's doing. You can't have a general election where you've got a speaker at war with the presidential nominee of his own party. And frankly, you know, let's look at Hillary Clinton here a little bit. My gosh, she was on television last week telling you things that you know were not true about the Inspector General report on her own activity. Let's look at her tenure as Secretary of State. It was a debacle. Libya, a Russian reset that leads to the relitigation of borders in Eastern Europe, you know, the reestablishment of a terrorist state in the heart of the Middle East, a retreat from Iraq that was premature. We're now back there. You know, look, I think he can't embrace Hillary Clinton. He did what professionals do. He respected the choice of the voters of his own party. You know, he made it clear that he had some concerns. He worked through those concerns with the nominee, and he issued an endorsement. I think it's really pretty simple. He did the right thing.
Congressman, we are all admiring your rhetorical moves here around the table, very skillful. But let's get back to Paul Ryan. How much pressure internally do you think, or do you know, existed within the House GOP caucus on the Speaker to endorse Donald Trump?
I think the Speaker, there's certainly some pressure to do that. On the other hand, you've got some other individual members that probably won't do that, and that's fine. But the vast majority of the Republican Party would expect the Republican Speaker to endorse the Republican nominee. For goodness sakes, he has to preside over that convention. How could he do that without having, you know, committed to support the person that convention is going to nominate? I mean, I think when you don't have any choices, you do the right thing, and that's what he did here. And there's not an alternative out there. And frankly, again, this is a choice. It's a choice between Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump at this point. And frankly, if you're a Republican, that's a pretty easy choice. There's nobody that unites and motivates Republicans quite as much as Hillary Clinton.
Congressman, if you could wave a wand over Donald Trump and change either two of his positions or two of the ways he's conducting himself in this campaign, what would you change?
You know, first of all, I can't wave a wand, so I don't spend a lot of time worrying about what I can't do. But what I would advise him to do, number one, is move more toward a general election mode. If I had to pick a particular position that concerned me the most, it would be the ban on Muslims. I think it's clearly, you know, unconstitutional. It's ill-advised. It would really hurt the United States. We need a lot from friends to deal with what we're dealing with overseas, and we have some great Muslim friends, and we ought to recognize that and be sensitive. So I think maybe being a little bit more nuanced in how you address things would be good advice for any candidate.
What specific policy or direction do you like about Donald Trump?
I like the emphasis on tax reform. I like the emphasis on less regulation. Frankly, I think this has been a disastrous 8 years, and the idea that we would extend it, just the whole emphasis on change, frankly, is welcome for me. And Hillary Clinton's running as a status quo candidate. She's running as President Obama's third term. Those are her words. So you're not going to get much change in direction with her, and I think if you're a Republican, you desperately want to change in direction.
Congressman Tom Cole, thank you very much. We are going to go to Chris.